Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell by the title of today's video, I will be doing a video that I've never really done on my channel before. This will be a nighttime planning routine, and this is a collaboration with Rana of RanaPlans. So I am so excited. Shout out to your girl. Thank you so much for thinking of me for this collaboration video. I will link her video down below as well as her channel. So let's go ahead and get started. Few things first, housekeeping things. I will be showing you my overall nighttime planning routine in this planner, and I also will kind of show you how I extend that into my Liverage planner, because as you all know, if you're not new here, I do plan in 2 planners. So let's go ahead and get started. If you are unfamiliar with me planning in this planner here, this is a Louis Vuitton GM Agenda. This is an A5 size. Comparable, it's literally the same thing. Let me move this stuff out the way. And also you guys are gonna notice a different filming setup. I am literally in my bed. This is my nighttime routine, so I wanted to bring it to you the way I do it. With a little bit of, flair here and there. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first things first is I typically will navigate right to my weekly, let me pull this down, my weekly section. These are where all my weekly plans are. And I want to show you guys, I have 2 different sets of weekly inserts in here, a vertical set as well as, let me show you guys the blank one, a horizontal set. These are both from Simple and Trendy Co. This week I was feeling the vertical way, so I have planned in these inserts here. So typically this is what I do. Come in here at night after Dom is put down for bed, and I'll go through my plans, looking at things and making sure that I've accomplished everything that I basically have set out to do. So there are a few things in here that I left unchecked from previous days because I wanted to save them for here, because it was not realistic that I was going to be able to film a nighttime routine every single night this week. So I saved a few things, but literally typically what I come in here do, I look at the day, make sure that I accomplished what I did. If I didn't, I migrate those tasks over. So for today, we will do this together. Forgot to check off that my bills were taken out, NICOR, and my insurance. All right, and so then, like I said, I come in here every night and I just will look and say, okay, I did that, or no, I didn't get it done. So I'll find another way to remind myself to make sure that I accomplish it. All right, so for today, I did water my plant, and we're gonna be recording my spending together, because recording my spending is part of my nighttime routine. I wait until the end. Typically what I do is I will pull out my phone. I'm going to show you guys this in detail, my Liverage planner. Pull out my phone, look at my bank statements, and look at other things, and just make sure that I've captured everything for my spending, daily spending, as well as bills. Another thing that I do is go through text conversations to make sure I haven't committed myself to anything. I do have a few events that I need to add into the weekend that I'll add in together with you. But that's typically what I do, because I know you guys are probably looking like, well, you have a pretty full week. Well, these are my plans. Actually getting them done is a different story, and most of us know that. So I just really come in here to make sure that I'm basically on track for the most part, and also kind of getting myself prepared. Like today is Thursday, I need to send some thank you cards. This went from sending 2 thank you cards to now 3. So I'm actually going to just add that in here to make sure I capture everyone that I want to capture in that little set of cards I'm going to send out. And I know that I'm going to work on my grocery list tomorrow. So tonight, before I go to sleep, I might run down to the pantry and check on some things. More than likely I won't, but typically I'll leave that for some time during the day to make sure that I'm getting everything that I need for the house, to make sure that that grocery list is accurate. And then just looking at other things, like there's not too much going on this upcoming Saturday, just making sure that I'm pretty much on track with everything. That's really what I do in this weekly section. Beyond that, like I said, I just add in extra events that maybe I have committed myself to, which, as we know, during the pandemic, there's not much that we can commit to right now. So that's pretty much it. And because we're doing this together, I'm going to check off that I've recorded my spending. So the next thing that I look at in this planner, and actually I forgot to take something out. Let me make sure. Oh shoot, let me make sure I take page out before I show you guys all my dang business. Oh no, let me pull this up. Hold on 1 second. Okay. It's some addresses and stuff. All right, so the next thing that I typically do is go into my write down section. Also these dividers are from Caffeine and Paper Co. I will link her shop below. All right, so the next thing I'll do is come into the write it down section. If you guys are not aware, I just recently moved into my first home, the first home that I've purchased, and I have a lot of lists back here that I am keeping track of things that I want to buy. So let me show you guys this one first. So this list here was created a couple of days after I had moved in. I basically realized what else I wanted to make my home feel more homey, make things more comfortable, what things I needed to stock up on for just random things. I also had a list for address updates that I needed to make changes to, and look, see, I can finally clear that list. So basically what I typically do is I spend some time at night looking for these things online. And hey, if I order them online, I will check them off. And then also today I went and got some paper towel holders, so I will be able to mark those off and take that off of my list. So now I know that I'm making progress. So typically what I do is, if I haven't gone shopping that day, which Lord knows, I hope I haven't gone shopping that day because I'm trying to limit a lot of my spending, because usually when I go in a store, I spend a lot more than if I'm shopping online. So anyway, now that I know that I went and got my paper towel holders, I'd come in here and just check those off. Like I said, these were things that I created a list for a couple of days after I was in the house. I kind of just literally walked around the house and noted things that I wanted to purchase. And then these things here, these were priorities, which are still some that are undone, were things I wanted to do as soon as I moved in, like change locks, change the garage code, get HVAC service in here, which I get that within a week, replace toilet seats, which I did the day. I would not sit on anyone else's toilet seats. Got those things accomplished. This was a list before I moved in. And this was helpful because these were things that I knew were priority because I was thinking about them before I even moved in. So another thing is services that I want to do for myself. I want to do a fridge organization system, a pantry organization system. I just kind of look in here and say, do I want to look for this today, or do I want to look at pantry organization items today? Typically I don't. But anyways, I just use that to kind of keep me on track and say, when do I want to put a timeline on some of these things? Or when do I want to go and do this weekend? And if I do, what store am I going to go and do this at? And so then whatever store I've chosen, I'd obviously add it into my weekly section as an errand on Saturday, more than likely. Also, we are getting closer to Dominic's birthday, so I will start adding more things into this section. So yeah, this is just a really great time. Night times are really great times for me to brain dump, and that's typically what I would do at this time of night. And that's really the bulk of my nighttime planning, is just kind of listing things out, prioritizing different things that I have on my plate and things like that. So the next thing that I do in my nighttime routine is go into this money talk section. This is where my bills are. So what I do here is going to be extended on in my Live Rich planner. So let's go ahead and just get this accomplished. So these are all my August bills written out just very roughly, again, brain dumping. So I come in here and make sure NICOR was paid. I put a Y. Insurance, yes. So typically I do this with my cell phone in hand, looking at my bank account to make sure that those items have been pulled out. And yeah. But since I'm filming on my phone, you guys wouldn't see my phone in my hand. That's typically what I do. So now that that's all said and done, I'd also add any extra, monthly expenses if necessary. But at this time, I do not. Okay. So another thing I wanted to talk about, which you guys saw in the front of the planner here, these are my task cards for Maddie Plans. I don't currently have any of the tasks off of the cards because I'm not alerting myself to anything right now, but typically if I do use any of these items, I will paste them into my goals section, which holds my inbox inserts, again, from Simple and Trendy Co. So for example, I need to do some research for Dominic's party. So I'm actually gonna add it right now. what I need to do as another kind of reminder, hey, you need to get this done, I'll just add this task right in here. And then also for housekeeping type of things, if it's at, you know, I'm sitting in my bed at night, I come back here and there are already tasks on here and I've completed them, I'll take them off, stick them back on their task card, and then put them right back in the front here. So that's how those task cards come into play at night. Those are not always something that I identify at night. I will do that throughout the day if necessary. But just wanted to show you guys how I use that. And that's pretty much it for my Louis Vuitton planner. All right, so let's go ahead and close this baby up. And let's get our Leverage planner out to play. All right, so this is a way big planner. I do want to make some note of some things. I do not always have time at night to do things like this. Sometimes I'll just go to bed and I'll capture in the morning, but typically what prepares me the best for the next day is doing this at night, right? And so I just want to remind you, if another really big thing that I try to capture at night is if I didn't complete something, I need to basically migrate over any incomplete task so I make sure that it gets done. Okay, so in the Leverage planner, what are we gonna do? I did not do a weekly spread in this planner for this week, but we are going to update some budget things in this planner. All right, so this planner is a little bit bigger, so let me move it around some. All right, so here we have the personal finance section of the Leverage planner. Now this is an extension of the bill thing that I mentioned, not only when I was checking off my bills on my weekly spread, but also when I just showed you guys the money talk section in my Louis Vuitton planner. So what do? I come in here typically and I will mark off things that have occurred or things that have been paid. So I was paid on 8/8 and my actual amount was indeed $1781.49. There was no difference, so there's nothing to report there. Another thing that, I also want to mention this, especially this portion, I am making sure I have my phone in my hand. I'm looking at my bank account through my app, and I'm also using my calculator because we'll have to make sure that we calculate all of the daily expenses that I'll show you guys on the next page. But for the purpose of this video, I already validated everything and confirmed that all of the amounts were the same. So we're gonna go ahead and just fill this in. So for Best Buy, that was paid and the amount was indeed $30.09. There was no difference. I actually did end up putting it on auto pay and it was paid. So I'm gonna check both of those. My American Home Shield, this is my home warranty, that was paid and it was $43.74. There's no difference, paid. It was auto pay too. Okay, Nightcore, same thing. Exactly 23.23 came out. That was on auto pay, paid. And the last but not least, my insurance came out automatically and it was in the amount of $74.61. No difference, auto pay, and it was paid. All right, so that's what we've got going for those things. So now I will move over to my daily spending. This is the page that I don't really like because I've not been doing as good as I wanted to. As you guys can see, on Monday I spent $66.86. It's because I went to Target. All right, but I do have some notes here that I'm going to look at, and I am going to show you basically what I add in for these days. So on the 12th, I guess, did I go to Target again? Oh no, on the 12th, I'm sorry, I spent $69.05. That was one purchase at Amazon. You guys will be excited about that because it's something for my channel. It's something so that I can do different type of videos. I think you guys will appreciate that. And then my daily spending for today was $15.02. It's because I went to Target again. I can't stay out of Target. Oh, hello, let me put no spending. At least we have 4 days out of this month that I've not done any spending outside of my projected expenses. All right, and so that's what I do for that portion of it. I do want to show you guys one more section because I do have something to add. Okay, all right, so here in the back of the month of August, This is the one note sheet that you have it behind each month in the Livers Planner. I have the tracking area for my different variable expenses. So as you guys can see, let me show you guys. These are my variable expenses, and I use the Island Coral dot marker to notate these. So gas, groceries, and tolls are all variable expenses. Something else I didn't add is Dominic's diapers, wipes, and just other random things that are usually outside of regular groceries are in an unbudgeted expense or variable expense. So he has a section down here too. Not really spent too much on him yet. We have to buy diapers probably in the next few days, so I'll add that down here. But for the purpose of this video, I did get gas today, so I wanted to add this on here. And so today is the 13th. Kind of sad with my gas price for today because I couldn't find gas under like $2.25 anywhere around here today, which was kind of sad because typically I can find it for like $2.09 or $2.05, something like that. But anyways, I did do groceries, but because Malcolm contributed to the grocery amount, I have to adjust the amount, so I'm not going to put it in here right now, but it was at Walmart. So I will mark that probably tomorrow or something when I go in to update everything. Tolls, I did do tolls, and that was $8.10, which was Monday, and I spent $4. All right, so this is just a good tracking system for me to make sure that I'm really keeping an eye on those very variable expenses. It's really important so that I can keep track of things and maybe reallocate things in September's budget if necessary. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So that is how I prepare, or that's my nighttime planning routine. It does definitely involve both of these planners. They very much go hand in hand. I love them both dearly. I hope that you guys enjoy this video. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below. But if not, please share this video. Also give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. I also want to thank my new subscribers as well as my already existing subscribers. Thank you so much. I hope that you guys are really excited for some new content that I'll be bringing to this channel. You guys will start seeing my face. So pretty nervous about that, but I'm pretty excited at the same time. Again, thank you, Rana, for deciding to collab with me. I am so excited and I appreciate you guys so much. So without further ado, I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye.